today we're going to make this wonderful old-fashioned banana pudding with a twist. I can't wait to show you the steps to how to make it. Okay, we're going to start with putting our 5 tablespoons of self-rising flour into this pan. Now this pan is a double boiler. That's what my mom always used, so that's what I use. You might could try it in a regular pan. I was always scared it would stick. But a double boiler, you put water in the bottom. You could actually just use a big bowl to sit on top if you wanted to make your own. Then I'm going to put my 2 cups of sugar. And I'm going to mix those well. To make sure they're very well incorporated before I add anything else. Stop. Okay, so I've mixed up my flour and my sugar really well. I've gone ahead and separated my eggs. I've got 4 yolks here. I'm going to beat those. And again, I'm doing it how my mom always did it. So I'm going to put a little bit of my evaporated milk in there. That just makes them thinner to easier pour out. And one thing she always did, of course, with clean hands, is got a little bit of water and just went around the bowl to get all of the egg yolk out. Waste not, want not. And then you put that in the mixture and the rest of your carnation milk of water. All right. And then I'm just going to stir that really well. And for my butter, I want to cut it up into pats so that it'll always my husband's favorite part. The vanilla wafers is always my mom's favorite part. Okay, then I'm just going to pour about a teaspoon of vanilla in here. And I'm just eyeballing that, maybe a little more. Okay. Now I'm going to move this to the stove and we're going to cook this until it gets thick. Okay, now at the stove, I'm going to turn it on high to get it started. I've switched over to a whisk. And the reason I do that is because there are some little lumps of flour. So as it cooks, the whisk will help break those up. And we're going to let it cook and then we'll come stir it. And we're not going to constantly stir, but very often we're going to stir. Now we're back at the counter, and while the pudding is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and put my vanilla wafers in, and I just use the whole bag of vanilla wafers. And then I'm going to cut up my bananas. Which, of course, they're really easy to cut. We're back at the stove. You can see now all the butter has melted. And I can feel that it's starting to thicken just on the edges of the pan. So I'm going to let it cook a little while longer, then I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like when it's thick enough. Okay, it is starting to get much thicker around the edges. So as you can tell on the whisk, it's starting to kind of get stuck. So I'm going to switch to a big spoon because being over this gas stove, it is hot on your hands if you got a smaller spoon. But you can start to see how this is thickening up into a pudding-like consistency. We're back at the stove. I think this will be our last time at the stove. You can see it does have some big looking lumps in it. That's fine. The vanilla wafers are going to take care of that for us. But we're going to turn the stove off and then I'll meet you back at the counter. We're back at the counter. I did want to show you the banana. I had one left over. I did four. But I wanted you to see about the ripeness of them. You don't want them really ripe, but you don't want them really green. So this one's just starting to. Okay, I'm going to pour this into this large bowl. And you see, it is a very large bowl. And the reason is because we're having a party tonight and this is going to be one of the desserts. And so I've got to kind of move those vanilla wafers around to let the pudding get down in between them, kind of lift up, and that'll get the pudding down in the bottom. You see there's some dry vanilla wafers. You don't want any dry. You want to make sure that you've covered all of them with pudding because that's going to help soften those vanilla wafers. This was my mother's bowl. That's how I knew this would work perfectly. Now, I'm going to do something that most people don't do. And again, this was my mother's idea, but we love it. Instead of a meringue, what my mom did was she put marshmallows on top of her banana pudding. See how I've kind of smoothed it out? And so she just went around making a design. This is what it should look like once you get all of your marshmallows set up. And it did take my entire bag for this size bowl. It depends on if you want to half the recipe, it wouldn't take that much. Now, our next step is going to be to put this under the broiler in the oven. And as you know, with the broiler, you have to watch it carefully because we do not want it to burn. We want to toast the marshmallows, but not burn the marshmallows. Okay, putting it in on broil.
Again, I get to drip what I like to do best. I get to taste.
He's my quality control person.
Creamy, so good.
Now thanks for watching today. I had a blast making this old-fashioned banana pudding with a twist that my mom used to make for me as a child. It brings back such great memories. I hope that you will go look at another recipe on my channel. I have many Southern cooking recipes and several desserts. So thanks again. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day.